Redmi's new flagship phone, and it's super duper value for money. Now before I talk about the Redmi K20 Pro, let me tell you that this video has been sponsored by Capes, which makes high quality and good looking skins for phones, laptops, consoles and a lot more. I'll talk more about Cape skins later on, so stay tuned for that. Now let's talk about the Redmi K20 Pros. So this here is the new Redmi K20 Pro, and well, we have all three variants of the phone. This is the striking glacier blue version, which is my personal favorite. This is the flame red variant, which also looks stunning, and this is the classy carbon black variant for people who don't like things flashy. To be honest, I always found the red and the blue variant of the Redmi K20 Pro a little tacky from all the photos that I saw. But trust me when I say that in person, they look beautiful. Yeah, this new finish looks amazing when the light falls on it, and it's just different and gorgeous. This is a glass and metal design and it exudes premium. Plus, Xiaomi is offering these cases with the Redmi K20 Pro and they feel super nice and smooth. Anyway, my biggest complaint with the Poco F1, Xiaomi's flagship killer 1.0, was its rather bland design. Well, the Redmi K20 Pro fixes that, and how? Just look at this phone. But it's not just the design, the display here is beautiful. The Redmi K20 Pro features a 6.39-inch Super AMOLED display and it looks really good. I'm glad Xiaomi went the AMOLED route with this phone because at this price it's just amazing. The colors look great, the blacks are really deep, just look at the display with MIUI's dark mode. And since there's no notch here, it's a striking bezel-less phone, I love it. Now if you're wondering about the selfie camera, it's right here. Yeah, ignore that weird sound, but yeah, the Redmi K20 Pro has a motorized pop-up camera and it makes these weird sounds. Yeah. Now this pop-up camera has these lights on the sides and on the top, so it also acts as a notification LED. Yeah, this is cool, but so far the pop-up camera does seem a little slow to pop up. Look at this. Yeah, this is pretty slow. So if you're wondering about Face Unlock, well, it does not work like the Face Unlock on OnePlus 7 Pro. In the Redmi K20 Pro, the pop-up camera does not come up automatically. You have to swipe up from the lock screen for the pop-up camera to slowly pop, and then the Face Unlock works. Yeah, it's not very intuitive. Yeah, it's not as slow as I'm maybe making it sound, but yeah, I cannot say it's fast either. Apart from that, there are various sound effects for the pop-up camera. There's this one by default. Yeah, I don't like that. There's also this one. Yeah, there's a lot of other sound effects, but my favorite has to be this gear wheel sound. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, you can always use the fingerprint scanner on board. The K20 Pro comes with a 7th gen optical fingerprint scanner and it does seem pretty snappy. I mean, it's not a big difference from what we have seen in other phones, but it's, yeah, snappy. Apart from that, the Redmi K20 Pro brings everything you need. There's the headphone jack on top, so yay for that. There's the single speaker here, the USB-C port, the dual SIM slot, which by the way is only a dual SIM slot. There's no micro SD support, so there's that. Now there's no wireless charging or an IP rating, but that's not something you expect from a phone in this price range, especially with the Redmi K20 Pro offering so much. Anyway, the point is the Redmi K20 Pro looks like a premium smartphone. This is a phone that looks good, feels good, and is just the right size. I know it's a glass phone, and if you're someone who's worried about that, you can put a skin on it, like us. This is the newly launched green camo skin from Capes and it looks super cool. It's not just this though. Capes offers a variety of cool skins that not only look great but also protect the device against scratches while offering grip. These skins use high quality 3M materials which will not leave any residue behind, so that's great. Cape skins are available for almost all popular phones, laptops, headphones and more at prices starting at just Rs 399. Plus, BBOM subscribers can get a discount of 10% by using the code BBOMK20. And guess what? Capes is giving away a brand new Redmi K20 Pro as well. So what are you waiting for? Check out Cape skins from the link in the description below and enter the giveaway now. Now coming back to the Redmi K20 Pro, yes, the design here is awesome. But what makes this phone truly special is what's underneath. On the specs front, this is a phone that can take on the flagship phones out there. The Redmi K20 Pro packs in the powerful Snapdragon 855 chipset with up to 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. Well, these are top of the line specs and it's said to be complemented by a custom 8-layered graphite cooling technology. Now, I'm yet to test out the cooling, but I did run a few benchmarks on the phone and here it goes. As you can see, the Redmi K20 Pro scores are just right up there with the very best, be it the OnePlus 7 phones or any other flagship. When it comes to real-world performance, I've only used the phone briefly, but it's just blazing fast. Everything on the phone feels super smooth and super snappy. When it comes to gaming, PUBG Mobile obviously runs on max graphics and the gameplay looks smooth AF. I also played Asphalt 9 on the phone and well, the game runs beautifully on the device. On the software front, the K20 Pro comes with the usual MIUI 10 and it's got all the usual MIUI features. There's the dark mode which looks awesome on this AMOLED display. It has the navigation gestures which is really well implemented and something I've always liked about MIUI. But I know what you're thinking. Does MIUI on K20 Pro have ads or is it an ad-free experience like the Poco phones? Well, in our China unit of the K20 Pro, I haven't really encountered any ads at all, so maybe the Redmi K20 Pro won't have ads when it arrives in India, like the Poco F1. Well, I'm definitely hoping so. Moving on to the next big thing in the Redmi K20 Pro, it's the cameras. The Redmi K20 Pro has triple cameras on the back. It has a 48 megapixel f1.8 primary camera, a 13 megapixel f2.4 ultra wide angle lens and an 8 megapixel telephoto lens. Well, this seems like an impressive set of cameras, so let's see some photos. Well, so far I like the photos taken from the K20 Pro. In good light, the photos have good detail, great dynamic range and I like the colors in these photos. Some photos come out a bit soft, but yeah, it's too early to judge. In low light, the 48 megapixel camera captures bright photos that look good enough and yes, some photos have a bit of noise, but I think it's comparable to high-end phones. When it comes to the portrait mode, the Redmi K20 Pro lets you capture portrait mode shots using the telephoto lens as well as the main lens. I certainly prefer the portrait mode shots from the telephoto lens, especially when there's good light. But yeah, the full body mode, which is the name of the main lens portrait mode, can come in handy in low light situations. When it comes to the ultra wide angle lens, I really like the photos that the Redmi K20 Pro captures. In good light, I love the few ultra wide angle shots I have taken from the K20 Pro. In low light, the f2.4 aperture in this lens means it's not very good, but yeah, in good light situations, this should be really good. On the video front, the Redmi K20 Pro comes with 4K at 60 FPS support, so that's amazing, but there's no OIS, so don't expect super stable videos. Here's a 4K video shot from the phone. Well, it's not very stable, but I like the colors and the overall quality of the video. Now check out this 1080p video shot from the phone. In 1080p, EIS kicks in, so it's obviously better when it comes to stability. Then there's this 20 megapixel pop-up selfie camera, which has features like the portrait mode and HDR. Well, here are some selfies from the phone and they are usual Xiaomi phone selfies. Soft and okayish and noisy in the dark. Yeah. Now I know you're wondering how the Redmi K20 Pro cameras compare against that of the OnePlus 7. Yeah, we will be comparing the OnePlus 7 with the Redmi K20 Pro in an extensive exclusive camera comparison video, so stay tuned for that video and make sure to hit the bell icon. Well, that's pretty much everything on the camera front of the Redmi K20 Pro and I have to tell you this. I have a positive feeling about these cameras here. But yeah, it's still early days and I'll be testing things out extensively in the coming days, so yeah. Lastly, there's the battery. The Redmi K20 Pro, like a ton of other Redmi phones, comes with a 4000 mAh battery, which should be decent enough. And there's 27 watt quick charge 4 plus charging support. Having said that, the phone comes with an 18 watt fast charger in the box, which is also pretty fast. The phone went from 10 to 50% in just 30 minutes with this charger, so yeah, it's decently fast. But that was a good look at the new Redmi K20 Pro. Now, I remember when the Poco F1 launched last year, I was looking for that one flaw, that one compromise that Xiaomi must have made to keep the price of the phone so low. But I failed to find one. Now, I can say the same for the Redmi K20 Pro. The Redmi K20 Pro starts at 2500 yuan in China, which is around 25,000 rupees. And it's just unbelievable the things Redmi K20 Pro packs for that price. You get a premium glass build, a bezel-less design, an AMOLED display, the Snapdragon 855 processor, cameras that so far seem really great, decent battery with fast charging, and all of that for around 25,000 rupees. Yes, one word, unbelievable. Well, those are first impressions of the Redmi K20 Pro. I know this phone seems amazing right now, but I'll suggest you to stay tuned for a full review, where we'll find out if the Redmi K20 Pro is as perfect as it seems. So if you have any questions around the Redmi K20 Pro, make sure to comment down below and we'll answer them when our full review comes up. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and make sure to share it with your friends who have been waiting for the Redmi K20 Pro to arrive in India. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos.